Hello all. Today we will study about double integrals. Before we study double integrals, we will study what is a simple closed curve. A curve is anything which you draw freehand, that is called as a curve. Then what is a closed curve? If I draw a curve and join the endpoints, then such a curve is called as a closed curve. What about a simple closed curve? Now I can draw some closed curve. Say this is a closed curve. This is a closed curve. All these are closed curves. There are no free ends to it. Okay. Now, if I consider these two curves, I think you can identify the difference between these two curves. What is the difference? Here, I am going on a path which I am not touching any other point of the curve at any point. If I come on this curve, then I go on this curve. At this particular point, I am touching 2 points of the curve. Such a curve is called as a non-simple curve. This is a simple curve. Then what is a simple curve? Any curve which does not cross over itself at any point, such a curve is called as a simple curve. If it is closed, then it is a simple closed curve. So what is a simple closed curve? A closed curve which does not cross over itself. So a simple closed curve is nothing but a closed curve which does not cross over itself. Now, the next concept I want is a simply connected region. A simply connected region is nothing but a region anta helidre ಒಂದು place, a certain area. Okay, a simply connected region is nothing but a region on the space which is bounded by a simple closed curve. ಒಂದು simple closed curve ತಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದು region ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, that is called as a simply connected region. This is a simply closed curve C. This is the simply connected region R. Why I want these two things? We are defining double integral on this simply connected region. We are trying to integrate. Integration, you kaltidira already. Integration in one variable. Integration in one variable ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. Okay. So what is a simply connected region? It is a region bounded by a simple closed curve. What we are doing is we are trying to integrate the given function on a simply connected region. Okay. Now I will come back to our single integrals. Whenever we studied single integral means in one variable. We usually write it as integral of f of x dx if x is my independent variable, say from some limit a to b. So how does this integration look like? I have a function which is the function which I am integrating. It is called as f of x. The function is f of x. I am integrating from x is equal to the point a to x is equal to the point b. This is the region of integration. Geometrically, this is nothing but the area under the curve f of x. This gives me the area under the curve f of x. One variable was there, that is independent variable x. This is the x-axis. And to represent this integral, I need two dimensions because the function can be drawn in two dimensions. And the integral from a to b is nothing but the area under the curve bounded by the x-axis and the lines x is equal to a and x is equal to b. This is about single integral. And what is the region of integration? I am integrating on an interval from x is equal to a to x is equal to b. This is the region of integration. When we are moving to double integrals, I have two integrals here. So I am integrating on two intervals, definite integral on two intervals. One interval along the x-axis, one interval along the y-axis. So that my region of integration itself becomes a two-dimensional region. Therefore, when I am going for double integral, we are integrating along two axes, that is x and y, maybe from x is equal to a to b and y from c to d, so that my region of integration itself is a two-dimensional region. And on that I have a function which is to be integrated. So totally my region of integration, my double integral will look like this. I have my x and y axis, we have x and y axis. Some region of integration will be there. Say this is my region where I am trying to integrate, which is the region R. It is a simply connected region. Simple connected region. On this I am trying to integrate a function. Function which is depending on two variables, therefore the function will look like this. It is depending on two variables x and y. So function is depending on two variables, therefore I can draw the function in three dimensions. If a function is depending on one variable f of x, then the graph of it is drawn in two dimensions. Therefore, if I have a function of two variables, the graph of it will be in three dimensions. Therefore, I have x, y and z. Therefore, my function will look like, say, this is my function which I am trying to integrate. Therefore, this is the function which I am trying to integrate. It is in three dimensions. F of x, y is in three dimensions. So what do I do now? How to integrate this? What we do is, we will try to subdivide this region into small rectangles. Okay, so I will subdivide this region into small rectangles. Say I had this region R. We'll draw it little simple. I will subdivide into small rectangles. Another here. Okay. Now what I do is, as we have studied, integration in this interval is nothing but the area under the curve here. So integration in this region is nothing but the area under this. Because we are in three dimensions, I am not getting the area, I am getting the volume. How are we getting the volume? Suppose I take a small region over here, I am integrating on this region. I will draw perpendiculars from this region to the function. So it will look like, say I am dropping perpendiculars here. So I will be getting a small region on the function. This is the small region on the function which I will be getting when I take the perpendiculars from my region to my function. Now this looks like a parallelepiped. It is nothing but a solid figure. It is square in the bottom, square on the top, and all the four sides are squares. Therefore, I can find the volume of this parallelepiped. Now my double integral is nothing but the volume of the surface which I get under this particular function, and bottom is bounded by this region. How to find the volume of such a function? What I do is, I subdivide the region into smaller rectangles, and each rectangle I will take like this. Now I will be covering a small portion of the function, and this is a figure which is easy to find the volume. Maybe it is length into breadth into height. Therefore, length into breadth into height gives me the volume of this solid. Now what is the idea to find the volume of the entire solid? I will take small rectangles, all the rectangles. I will simply take the parallelepiped standing on those rectangles, and I will sum the volumes of all of those individual parallelepiped. I will be getting the volume of the entire surface bounded on top by this function, bottom by the region R. Okay. Now we will try to find the volume of each of them. Suppose I have divided them into n rectangles. N rectangle, and this is one such rectangle I am taking and finding the volume of this one. Along the x-axis, suppose this length is delta x. Along the y-axis, suppose this length is delta y. and this height is nothing but the distance between this plane and the point on the function here. Therefore, if I take a point over here and take the image here, this is nothing but the height here on the z axis. This is nothing but the height. Therefore, if I take a point here, say I will call the point as xi into yi, then the value of the function at this particular point is nothing but the height. What is the value of the function? If f of xy is the function, the value of the function is f of xi comma yi. Now I can find the volume of one such parallelepiped. What is the volume of the parallelepiped now? The volume of this one parallelepiped is nothing but length into breadth into height. Therefore, it is nothing but length is delta x, delta y, and the height is f of xi comma yi. Okay. Now this is volume of one such parallelepiped, and I said I have divided this region into n number of rectangles, so that I will sum the volumes on all n rectangles. I will sum the volumes on all such n rectangles. That means from I is equal to 1 to n. This is going to give me the volume of the entire solid. Therefore, the volume of the entire solid is nothing but it is equal to or approximately equal to this particular quantity. Why it is approximately equal to? Because at this region I did not get a proper rectangle so that I can take a parallelepiped. Here I did not get a parallelepiped so that I can consider that particular volume. Few volumes are missed out here and there. Therefore, this is approximately the volume of the solid. Okay. Now, suppose I am taking this region and again dividing them into smaller rectangles. I am dividing them into smaller rectangles. Why do I do this? Suppose I divide into smaller rectangles. Now what happened? This here it was not a rectangle. Suppose this is another line I take. Here this was not a rectangle which I would have considered when I took bigger rectangles. Now I can make this as a smaller rectangle. I can take this volume also which was missed out in the previous summation. Therefore, the more I take smaller rectangles, the more of the region I can cover with the rectangle so that the entire volume of the solid comes up with me. So that what should I do? What do I mean by taking more rectangles? Taking more rectangles means first I had n rectangles. Taking more rectangles means what I should do? N is increasing. The number of rectangles is increasing. That means I am go on increasing the number of rectangles. Rectangles ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ the number goes to infinity. Say 100, 200, 300, 400. I will be getting very small rectangles so that I can say that after the summation exactly I am getting the volume of the solid. Therefore, limit n tending to infinity, summation I is equal to 1 to n of f of xi yi delta x delta y is going to give me exactly the volume of the solid. Okay, and I can vary this I also will change depending on the point in the rectangle what I am taking. So, and this quantity is called as the double integral. Okay, this quantity is called as the double integral over the region R of f of xy dx dy. Double integral is nothing but this particular volume, or in limit definitions these two are equal. Therefore, the volume of the solid is equal to the double integral over R of f of xy dx dy. Therefore, this is my definition of double integral. It is nothing but the volume of the surface under this particular curve and bounded on bottom by this region, and suitably I will take the sides also. If this is a square, then I will be getting this square. Okay, and what is the condition? The function should be defined on this region R so that I can integrate. So that this function must be defined at every point in this region. Therefore, this is the definition of double integral. Okay. Now, suppose I did not take rectangles, I took some figure so that I can divide this region. ನಾನು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹಾರಿಸಾಂಟಲ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ರೆಕ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್. ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ರರಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಓವಲ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೈ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಲಿಟಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ವೈ ಇಂಟು ಹೈಟ್, ಲೆಂತ್ ಇಂಟು ಬ್ರೆಡ್ತ್ ಇಂಟು ಹೈಟ್. Suppose this was a circle, then I will consider the area of the circle into height. Suppose this was a square, I will take the area of the square into the height. In general, this bottom is nothing but delta x into delta y. I can replace by some area, say delta a I ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ith rectangle a region consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ I can replace this delta x delta y, that is the area of the bottom region, as some delta ai. This is more general form of writing the double integral. Idanna nanu delta ai anta barkonde. This is also a way of expressing the double integral. Particular agi rectangle iddaga it becomes delta x into delta y, delta x into delta y and delta x into delta y. Therefore, this is my definition of double integral. Now, practically how to find the double integral of a function defined on this region. Okay, we will be consider only 3 types of double integrals. First one, ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ರೀಜನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಈ ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ 3 types of double integrals in 3 cases. ಯಾವ 3 cases ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, my region, this bottom region is ಎರಡು ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಚ್ ಕೇಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು these 2 sides it is bounded by curves, we'll be studying such double integrals. Or the region of integration is exactly a rectangle or a square, we'll be studying such type of double integral, so that integration becomes easier for us for now. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದರೆ once you know all these 3 things, you can find the double integral for an arbitrary region. So which are the 3 types we will be studying? Double integral of a function over a region such that 2 sides they are straight line and 2 sides they are curves. This is the same case here. And otherwise all the 4 sides are bounded by straight lines. Such kind of double integrals we will be studying probably in the next class. I hope you have understood what is a double integral. Thank you.